Day 3, let's get everything started. So today we're going to be looking at a figure that is not the same character as G1 Hot Rod or Rodimus Prime, but he is still a Rodimus, so I'm going to count it. Transformers Energon Rodimus. So Rodimus, or as he was known in Japan in Super Link, Rodimus Convoy, the same name that the Japanese gave that guy, was one of the standard deluxe class Power Linksing figures. We'll get into that later. And he, despite not being the same character as G1 Hot Rod or Rodimus Prime, does have a lot of, being Rodimus and all, very Hot Rod-like features, including the overall color of the windshield, the flames, the use of maroon and orange plastics, the use of a dark gray in place of some details on other Rodimus figures being black. No chromed out exhaust pipes running along him anywhere. He's just got smokestacks because obviously he's a semi-outfitted for racing or something and not a sports car or Winnebago. But anyway, he's pretty cool. Detail-wise, he's got some nice gold flames on him, some kind of bronze-ish paint on him here and there. He's got a orange kind of clear flamethrower weapon thingy that he has on the back as kind of like a rocket engine, I guess, for racing. He's got a spoiler. It's not nearly as big as, say, G1 Hot Rod spoiler, but it's still a spoiler on a semi-truck. I do like the little bit of detailing they got in here. They've got the wires, cables running down there. He's got a little silver Autobot logo in a gear to show that he power links with other Autobots that have the same symbol. He's got a spark crystal. You can put an Energon star over top of that. He's got a hitch for something. They never actually made it usable for anything as far as I know. And other than that, he's got these two like turbine engine looking things on the back for, I guess, added speed if he's not satisfied with his rocket engine. So transformation into robot mode is pretty simple. Basically you take the entire front grille section here, flip that up, the wind vane, flip that up as well, split the whole thing here, fold these out as they will become his legs, close those up for the bottoms of his feet, fold out these back toe things, remove the weapon while I'm at it, kind of forgot about that, stand him up, tilt the camera so we can see the rest of him, flip this bit down, it forms the bottom half of his lower torso and his codpiece, crotch guard, whatever you want to call it. Come around the back here, split this whole section, like so. Say hello, because there's his head. At least he hid his head. There were some other Energon figures that really did not. I'm looking at you, Inferno. And Roadbuster. So rotate these around, the little turbine engine thingies, to reveal his hands. Some people leave the two halves of the spoilers where they are, or the two halves of the spoiler where it is, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I rotate these two pieces around like that. I just think it looks a bit better. I don't remember if it's show accurate or in the instructions or anything, but I just like it that way. And then finally, you flip the head up on its multiple hinges there. And here is Energon Rodimus in his robot mode. And you can of course outfit him with his rocket engine flamethrower missile launcher thingy, which of course, as usual, I shoot directly at the camera because that is just how I roll. So, for a Rodimus Hot Rod figure in robot mode, he definitely looks the part. I mean, the same head design that we're used to is pretty much present here. This part has been widened. These have been done in yellow, something that'll show up in later Hot Rod figures. The unique collar design is still mostly intact. Flames on the chest with an Autobot symbol in the middle of it. And orange hands like the G1 figure. So overall, very Rodimus looking. However, you may notice on the back, he's just a mass of hinges, and there is a reason for that. As I stated before, The Energon gimmick for the deluxe class figures was that they combined with other deluxe class figures in a form of super robot kind of thing. So we'll grab the other one I've got out here just for such a purpose. And as you can see, like I said, the silver gear with the Autobot logo. Here's Inferno with the silver gear and the Autobot logo, and the head exposed at the top that I mentioned earlier. Silly Inferno. So, with these guys, they could either become the top half of the robot or the bottom half of the robot, or as we simply refer to them, shirt and pants modes. So to start with, we'll put Rodimus into shirt mode. Give me just a quick second to transform Inferno into pants mode. So here's Inferno in pants mode, and now here's how we turn Rodimus here into shirt mode. So essentially what you're going to want to do is fold the entire figure in half at this little back hinge thing here. Head on the ball joint here, up and around. Arms, or legs, which will become arms, out like so. Down, rotate, collapse in on itself, fold that up. Now I leave these closed. Some people leave them open, some people flip them all the way around. I leave them closed. And we put the head back down on this little peg right here, like so. And then these sort of just, you kind of revert them back into their vehicle mode configuration, and they just kind of hang out on his back. That was the thing about these, is when they were in their combined modes, either their arms or legs, depending on what part of them wasn't being used for their combined mode arms, wound up just kind of hanging off the back like that. And then you connect him via these little pegs here onto Inferno's body, and you have Powerlink's Rodimus, or as he's also known, one of the worst robots ever created. In this mode, he looks silly. Exceptionally silly. I mean, this as his chest plate doesn't extend up high enough, nearly. And having the entire front halves of the truck that usually become his legs as his arms with these little half-ass molded hands in here, really not so great. You can then, of course, in the holes in his hands, peg in his weapon and Inferno's weapon to outfit him with some weapons, but my whole problem with the entire powerlinksing thing was you take two robots independently, functioning on the battlefield, able to take down two targets at once, that sort of thing, combine them into one guy with two guns. Yeah, it's supposed to make them more powerful and all, but really, that's just cutting your fighting force in half. It's silly. Anyway, as stated, you could also turn him into a pants mode, so I'll quickly turn Inferno into shirt mode. Alright, with Inferno in shirt mode, it's time to convert Rodimus into pants mode. So essentially what you want to do to turn Rodimus into pants mode is basically start the first part of his transformation, wherein you form the legs. But then instead of coming around and forming the arms back here, alright, we'll take it back to that level right there when we had it kind of like this, right? Instead of that, fold these out, fold that up, fold the entire figure in half. Now, where you want to put these is up entirely to you, as far as I know. Most people have him sitting there like that, so that he has, I guess, hip-mounted wheel machine guns. I usually put them just down like this to stabilize his legs more, because these are not the most stable legs on a figure. And you plug Inferno in up at the top with the pegs again, and you have a substantially better looking robot, though as I stated, Inferno also suffers from having shit just up on his shoulders, those being his entire legs right there. Inferno is one of the better shirt modes, and Rodimus is pretty decent pants mode, so together they make a fairly decent robot, but still, like I said, the whole gimmick is just kind of stupid. We'll peg in some weapons here, make them look all cool-ish. There we go. You know, I mean, like, it's not bad, and at least it saves shelf space when I'm displaying my Unicron Trilogy figures, but still. So this concludes day 3 of Rodimus Review Week and my look at Energon Rodimus. I want to give a special thanks to Inferno for showing up to combine with this asshole. And, I mean, like, overall, like most of the Energon line, he's not great. But, I mean, obviously, if I've kept the figure all these years, he must not be terrible. I can't recommend, if you don't already have one, to go out and find one, because really the power linksing gimmick killed articulation and was just really not so great. But as he is a Rodimus figure, I did decide I wanted to review him this week. So there he is, and join me tomorrow. I will be looking at another figure, a cool figure, not like this guy, and I'll see you then.